First-home buyers are investors. Everyday Australians take 10 years to save for a deposit. 85 to 90% of our emerging first-home buyers cannot afford where they want to live. I'm begging you, you are wrong. You are very wrong. Welcome. Today, I've got an open monologue to give to our current federal government. I want to preface this open monologue to state that I'm not politically driven in any which way, shape, or form. I personally think Liberal, Labor, One Nation, Greens, they're all dog shit to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't favour one over the other. In fact, I do give them credit that they believe they are acting in the best interest of Australians. I believe they think they are doing the right thing, but I believe they are horribly misinformed as to the demands of the everyday Australian first-home buyer and new entrants in the market. Let's put it on the table. My job is to help Australians enter the property market. We are active in the first-home buyer or everyday Australian market because we provide access at zero deposit to get them in. Extremely appealing for the everyday Australian because everyday Australians take 10 years to save for a deposit. But what we have over the federal government, over our competitors, is a unique insight to this client demographic, their goals, their ambitions, and their needs. We talk to them every single day. The world and the narrative has been pushed that first-home buyers are in direct conflict with investors. What I would suggest is that first-home buyers are investors. Let's talk about the different case studies of first-home buyers that we deal with. So firstly, living with mum and dad, started their first full-time job, earning, 80K, 90K, 100K a year, looking to enter the property market under the safety and security of mum and dad's household with their help. Why do they need to own an occupied asset? They don't. They live somewhere. They just want to enter the property market and build wealth and then stepstone that property into their eventual dream house. So that's step one. They have no need for own occupied property. They are buying an investment property. Part two, emerging couples. They want a property to live in, but they have geographical constraints. They need to live close to their kids' schools, close to their parents for support. Sometimes financially that does not make sense, especially if you've just had a new child. One person may be working, one person may be not. It is in their best interest to maintain a flexible living arrangement on rent, which is substantially cheaper, and have a landlord pay for their house and not make it financially arduous while they're going to that next part of their journey. They are people who would be a rent-vestor, perfect example. New couple, rent-vestor, they're starting their property journey. Maybe they intend to live there. But buying that first property means they have flexibility to decide where they want to live. They may decide they want to live closer to the city, but that's not sustainable to raise a family there in their views. They may decide they want to go regional, test an area out, but they want to buy an asset. But the most important part is this. Sometimes it's not about what they want. 85 to 90% of our emerging first-home buyers cannot afford where they want to live. I am not telling you guys something you don't know, but property prices in Australia are significantly higher than they are in the rest of the world. 10 to 12 times the average age of a person. So if they are trying to enter their first property market as they are wealth creators or just starting their financial journey, they cannot commit themselves to $1.6, $1.7 million loan to start with. That is more than the average person's wage. But if there was renters, if there was negative gearing, if there was depreciation, that can help get them in, pay down some debt, and start their journey. If you take away that, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Treasurer, then they are forever waiting to get involved. Now, they may be able to get the deposit together. Companies like ours will help them with their deposit. Your 5% deposit guarantee scheme was very helpful for that. But that doesn't change their monthly repayments they can afford. And if you feel by crashing the property market that will make things more accessible, I'm sorry. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Treasurer, there is a supply crisis. Our Australians are suffering with rental issues right now. Occupancy rates are less than 1%. Rentals are going up. And that is obvious because there is less investors in the market and more demand. These people need properties too, and they can't specifically buy straight away either. I'm saying this as a plea. You don't understand your base of people trying to enter the property market. 85 to 90% of them cannot buy to live in straight away. They just cannot. What you have been saying in your recent policy is not only shouldn't they, you're saying they should save for 10 years and incur the wrath of the property price increases while dealing with the fact that they're paying an exorbitant price on rent. You're making property severely more an asset class and less a shelter because now rent is going up. Everyone is now incentivized to go to new properties, depreciation, negative gearing, but those properties are also going up because there's a lack of trade supplies to actually build those houses. So it's costing more and more and more. Please talk to people from the industry. I'm begging you. Talk to people who deal with first-home buyers, new home buyers. Stop looking at that damn Excel spreadsheet, which has got it wrong so many times. I'm begging you. You are wrong. You are very wrong. I'm happy to give you case study after case study after case study. All of our clients, first-home buyers, entrance to the market, people who are just trying to get in, this is the stepping stone they need. Respectfully, I need you to reassess this for their sake. Please, there is a million things you're doing correct. The 5% deposit scheme, investing in property supply, all this sort of stuff, modern methods of construction investment, all this sort of stuff. But pegging investors against first-home buyers when first-home buyers are investors, it needs to go back to the drawing board. SMSF needs to go back to the drawing board. All this sort of stuff you're doing to the market is ruining it for the very people you're trying to make it open for. Reconsider. If you know this already and you don't care anyway, then don't bother calling. Your constituents see straight through it. I really hope you do see the light at the end of the tunnel that Australians will be suffering as the back of your horrible decisions. Like, subscribe, share for more. Pass this to your local minister and representative. And I'm happy to have the conversation. And I have been having the conversation time and time again to show that this is not the right way forward. Take care. Thank you so much for sharing. If you disagree with me, comment below. If you agree with me, thumbs up would be great. Take care, guys. Thank you. Guys, we are getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views a day. Please like, subscribe. If you're loving the content, press the notification button. Jump on board. More free advice just for you.